Welcome back to Open Minded. Today I'm joined by Jude Noble, a good friend of mine. I work at the pub with him, and he's a very avid runner. Good cricketer, good tennis player, decent footballer.
Mate, thank you, mate.
But Jude is wanting to run the Newport Marathon in April, and something I've noticed about you is you don't just want to complete it, you want to do a really good job of completing it. And I know your goal is to get 3 hours. So why do you enjoy pushing yourself?
I think on the whole, with me, it's like, what's the point in doing it unless I'm going to put 100% into it? And I think I don't want to train and then kind of train for like a 3 hour 30, like a standard for someone my age. A 3 hour 30 is a very good marathon time, but why would I train for that? Say I have a bad day, train for that, and I get a 3:45. I'm like, oh, no. Or finish at 3:30 and think I've got more left in the tank. So I want to push myself to a sub 3 hour because I feel like that's as far as I can push myself. And I don't want to, I think, well, I've done a half before, and I did feel at the end of it, I had a little bit left in the tank, and it was quite frustrating for me because I was like, why didn't I push myself that little bit further on the day? So I think big thing for me is just, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it as best as I can. Also with a marathon, I don't want to be running marathons all my life because it's so bad for your knees long term. So I think for me, I want to do one big one, sub 3, and then I can do marathons for enjoyment, kind of doing your Londons, doing your Berlins, your big worlds, and just kind of enjoying the experience rather than trying to absolutely kill my body.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. So you don't want to feel like you never went to your potential. You want to see that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like exercise and running makes you a better person? And if so, why?
I think on the whole, yeah, it does make me a better person, mainly because it gives me that time to just like be in my own head and reflect. A lot of my runs involve me being hungover to some extent, so I can actually think about like whatever stupid things I've done the night before, or if I need to apologize to anyone. But it's like, yeah, I definitely kind of, for me, just having that time by myself, especially in today's world where you're on your phone all the time talking to people, or you're at work and you're talking to people, it's really important to get that time by yourself, because at the end of the day, the most important thing and your best friend should be yourself. So you've got to focus on that and giving yourself the time to just reflect. And yeah, I think it does make me a better person.
Yeah, brilliant. I always like to say running is another form of therapy. I know you agree with that one. What are your future goals when it comes to the sport in general? I know running seems to be probably the main one in your life right now, but in terms of sport, what are your future goals?
I think for me, it's just maintaining a kind of a level I'm happy with long term. So especially with my cricket, I mean, I've quit 4 times in the last 4 years, but I keep coming back to it. So I don't think I'm quitting anytime soon. But it's like I want to keep myself at a good enough level that, eventually when I have kids of my own, I can kind of pass that on to them.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me, is maintaining a level that I can always, help coach other people. Like I coach now kids, and I really enjoy it because, it's passing on the skills that I've worked so hard to have to other people. But in terms of a goal for the future, I mean, I'm a long way off. I swam 300 meters today and I was dead, but I do want to do an Ironman.
Wow.
Probably will be a 70.3, but half Ironman's an Ironman at the end of the day. So I think that's the long-term goal. I think by the time I'm 30, I need to pack it all in, but I've got another 8 and a bit years to do that. So might as well give it a go.
Do you feel like, obviously this is called open-minded, is there anything in your life you feel like you could be a bit more open to, and is there a form of sport or exercise that can help you unlock that?
I think one thing I'm not very open to is feedback and listening to other people about my sport. I kind of go about it my own way, which is why, I've spoken to you about it. Every time I feel like I'm injured, I just keep training.
Yeah, and I'm like, Jude, you're going to injure yourself.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, in my head, it's like, as long as I can walk, I'm fine, kind of thing. But no, I definitely need to kind of listen to other people a bit more, because at the end of the day, I'm only going to get better from other people's advice. And I think where that stems from is with my cricket. I had a few coaches a few years ago change how I played, and since then I haven't been as good as I was before. So it's always been like, oh, I don't want to take other people's advice, just do what's natural to me. But at the end of the day, especially with running, like I don't go to the gym around my running. I just run.
Mm.
And it's now I'm getting to the point where to go to the next level, I need to go to the gym. And people have been telling me for ages, you need to start going to the gym. And I'm like, oh, nah, I don't need to go to the gym. And then now it's like, right, I should have listened to them, because I would be so much stronger now if I'd listened to them 10 weeks ago when I started my training plan. You know, I'd be 10 weeks ahead. I'm now 10 weeks behind. So I think it's very important to kind of listen to other people, because at the end of the day, they want what's best for you. And yeah, it just helps, you know, improve yourself really.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Now, coming towards the end of the episode, is there anything else you'd like to share at all? Anything on your mind?
Um, you know what? Not really, mate. Just kind of for anyone who's looking to, especially with running, anyone can do it. I'm a firm believer that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And I've had so many people tell me like, oh, I just can't run, you know, hurts my knees or my ankles. Like, it's not for me. Just do it. Just, you know, if you go for a 2-3K run and it hurts, go again the next day, because it's all about consistency with running. And it's kind of, you've got to build and build and build. And then eventually you can then push those 10Ks, you can push those 15Ks. And then eventually you can do a half marathon. You know, anyone can do a half marathon.
Yeah, that's the one where a lot of people could do.
It's people who say they can't do it just haven't kind of given, you know, the peace of mind to try and do it. You can do it. It's a very physically straining thing, but you can do it if you put your mind to it. And it's a big thing for me. Is like running is so accessible, so accessible. You just go outside. You know what I mean? So yeah, that would be my advice for anyone looking to get into running. Just give it a go. If it hurts, you know, take a few days off, go again. Just keep going.
Oh, cheers, brother. Well, thank you for coming open-minded.
Thank you for having me.
That's been Jude Noble, open-minded. Give it a go and run a half marathon.